How do you know if you are stressed, overwhelmed, or just excited? So there are different reasons for being excited, overwhelmed, or stressed, and there are different possibilities of how would that turn out on the whether it's long term or short term, and what are the effects. Personally, I if I feel that I'm unable to function, like I notice that I'm not being productive today or this week overall, and I look at to see if I am being um, in a foggy state of mind, maybe fogginess or confusion sometimes, and I try to analyze why that is happening. But first, I need to make sure that it's actually happening. So I would, because sometimes it's just you're tired, you just need to take some time off, or you just need to rest, and or you need just take a break, do something else. Sometimes that happens, but if I feel paralyzed, like I can't make a decision, I'm unable to make decisions, which usually I would be able to make. So this, I would know that yes, there's something wrong, but then I can't really put my finger on it. I can't really understand what is happening. Why am I unable to function? Why do I feel paralyzed? So what do I do? So I try to figure out by going through my feelings, not only my thought process, but I go deeper into the emotions, because sometimes thoughts could be I don't want to say overwhelming, but sometimes there could be so many thoughts, and they could be like on top of each other, and you can't really get to the bottom of it. So it's easier for me, or to me personally, to go through my emotions to find out what's going on. When I go through my emotions, I try to find out what it is exactly that I'm feeling, and try to find out what is it that make me feel that way. It could be an event, it could be something that happened, it could be something that somebody said, it could be absolutely anything. It could be a song that I heard on the radio. It could be food I ate or something, someone's perfume. So absolutely anything can affect you. If you don't acknowledge it right away, you might never find out, and it will keep on coming up, and well, the situation will remain unresolved. So that's why I like to dig into my own brain and find out what's going on there, or better yet, not into my brain but into my heart, because usually, it's a hard thing. I think everything stems from there. Um, so it could be that if I'm paralyzed and I cannot function, then this situation could be stress, and it could be negative, because, of course, from not being able to function, to do my job, then that is a negative thing, right? But in other situations where or when people say stress can be positive, or you can embrace stress, you can use it, energy from your stress or from your anger, from different emotions that you have. You can use that energy and put it into work, to work for you instead of working against you, basically. But in a situation where you already know that you're not functioning, you're paralyzed, you feel foggy, unless you figure out what's going on, and you will remain unable to resolve it, as I mentioned earlier. This is why it's important to figure out why the things that are happening are happening. So One way is to take a break, take a step back, and look at your surroundings. Certainly a skill to have to be able to manage your stress levels, because that will definitely determine your ability to be successful, or how successful you can be. I think we know the difference between being excited or having positive stress short term, or are you actually stressed or having the long term stress, and with its negative influences or impacts on your life, work, or business. But how to deal with that, what to do when you are facing that kind of stress, when you feel paralyzed and unable to make decisions. The phrase being comfortable with the uncomfortable, because that is, being uncomfortable is stressful. When you're uncomfortable, you're unable to function. You really can't work or focus or anything on anything if you are in an uncomfortable situation. And the longer you keep yourself in that uncomfortable situation, the harder it is to get out of it, and the harder it is to make progress. If that is what's happening, for example, if you're wearing shoes that are 2 sizes smaller than your size, then you're definitely going to be in a lot of pain. And the pain, the uncomfort, or the discomfort from that situation will not allow you to be able to focus on anything else. Your whole focus and concentration will be on trying to manage your pain levels. So, I mean, I laugh about it, but it's really not laughable matter in reality. When you are in a situation where you are uncomfortable with something, or you're feeling a lot of discomfort, you need to get yourself out of that situation. Thinking that being in an uncomfortable situation will push you to do things, your brain will eventually check out on you. It will not be able to work. It will not be able to function or serve you or anybody. So if you're in a situation like that, you have to resolve that situation first before you could do anything else or focus on achieving anything at all. And that's what the phrase being comfortable, I think, with the uncomfortable is, that you have to switch either your situation from uncomfortable to comfortable, or if your uncomfort or discomfort is from your mindset, because originally that's what the phrase is about, is your mindset. If you think that something is if you think that something is bad for you because of a lie that you've been told, or because of traditions or anything at all, and in reality it isn't, it's actually good for you, then you have to switch your mindset, reprogram somehow, realize what it is that's making you uncomfortable, or making you feel the way that you feel, or believe the things that you believe. So if it's a situation that you're in, and with the understanding that you can't control everything, not everything is something that you could change or influence. Therefore, if you can't change the situation, then maybe you can change your the way that you look at it. In other words, your mindset. Now, with the understanding that sometimes situations can be different, and some can be really hard to get out of. Uh, if that is the case, try to find somebody, support system, support group, somebody that would help you pull you out um, of that situation. So do whatever it takes to get out of it, because the deeper you're in, it's just gonna get harder and harder, and at some point it's gonna be harder to see the light at the end of the tunnel, if that makes sense. But changing mindset can also, it seems like it's an easy task. It seems like, okay, just, switching on and off something in your brains. But I think if you have compassion, like, be compassionate with yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself, talk to yourself like you're talking to a child. I think that helps. In fact, some of the best thing that I've learned from working with children, I worked with children, and I've learned how to manage with. So when I'm teaching them something new, there are, so kids, just like adults with different capabilities, different set of skills, different interests. If you give a child a task and it is too difficult, it's gonna cause stress. It's gonna be, the child will lose interest and they will not finish the task. So that's a failure compared to like success, right? And if you give the child a task that is super easy, it's gonna get boring. At first, they are super easy. I've done it once, twice, and then it gets boring. It's like, I'm bored. Like, give me something else. I don't want to do this anymore. So, and adult, I think of adults as like grown-up children. So we're all kids. We're all the same people. We're just, we've gained experience and we've grown older. Grow wrinkles. But we're still the same, people. We're still the same children. We are who we are when we were kids. We just gain more knowledge and more experience, that's all. And therefore, the same techniques you would use with adults as well. So if I have a team member and I give them a task that's too difficult for them, and I know that it's too difficult, I'm doing myself a disservice, because I know that my team members are going to be able to fulfill that task, and they're going to be able to manage it, because it's too difficult. It's not in their capacity, or it's not their job. So I should give it to someone who will be able to manage it. So, but if I do give my team member too many tasks that are too easy for them, they're gonna get bored, and they're just gonna start wasting time, and they're gonna get lazy. So, things like that also help. So in order to manage stress levels, you need to always think about the load of work that you're getting or giving, and how, if the person's able to manage it or not. That's one way to manage stress levels. Now, the other thing that you can do is to manage stress by learning where it's coming from. And sometimes there are physical signs. So if you can work out the physical signs, and as soon as you notice you have one of those signs, you know that it's signaling, okay, there's something here. So just keep in mind, being aware of what's happening all the time. And as soon as you feel like you're drained, or not even like, don't let it get to that, to feeling drained. As soon as you feel like, okay, I'm tired, or I'm feeling a little anxious, and when you analyze your emotions every day, it becomes easier to realize what you're feeling at the time that you're feeling it. So you're not like wasting time, or like realizing, oh, so that's what I've been feeling for the past 2 weeks. No, you feel it like right away. You know exactly what's happening in time, in real time. And that's a very good skill to have, is to always sort out your emotions and understand what's happening on the inside, because that affects most of what happens on the outside. That's all I wanted to share with you today. Hope it was helpful. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And I'll see you in the next one.